Good filmage. As we met the Tasman Sea, that was the, oh gosh, the outer limit of our cruise outward. As we are now turning to go back from whence we came. Evelyn noticed the coral-colored water on this shoreline.
So years and years ago, you would have found that a few European sailors came around the area. The first later on. Now back in the day, the word is sound. Captain Caden James.
I don't see the seals, do you?
I did, yeah.
Just under the trees. Oh, he's gone now.
Okay.
There's one on the rock.
Yeah, he's sunning himself.
There's some seals under there, Paul. You missed the description, but they're very important. This woman briefly met, again, what did I just miss?
They were New Zealand fur seals.
And they're there, over there. They like the western, where the wind blows and stuff.
Oh yeah, so they are sitting there because they are trying to dry out their fur because they have the second most dense fur in the animal kingdom after the sea otter. And they're also there because it is the windiest part of the fjord, so the sandflies are kept away because they annoy us, them just like us.
I love that information. Thank you.
No worries.
No worries. She's just filling in today.
He was joking.
There's Jan and Terry McDermott. Terry holding court, teaching like she always does. Long way up to the top of the mountain. feel the mist now. Feel it like you're in it. No, not necessarily. Just see some now on the lens of the camera. Great lighting here. Emanates from up there. Of course, you'll see some of these natural spectacular things on Ron Weberg's property, Table Rock. Look at the mist coming off. Isn't this wonderful? This is amazing.
Oh, how's the little clip there?
Well, the Milford Sound has been a pretty cool experience.
So did you find out about the silences?
So coming into view now, Mount Pembroke, a rainforest and a fjord, the other place being Patagonia. Now that glacier, the Pembroke Glacier, also feeds Stirling Falls, which we were just under moments ago. Now in Harrison's Cove, you may have fjord that grows 5 to 10 metres deep. And this is because of something called deep water emergence. Now being around one such a visitor was Henny Temple, the goddess of death. Now she too marvelled at what he was able to create, but was a little bit more sceptical. She thought we would come here, claim it for our own, and we would never leave. So she decided to create a guardian of Fjordland. And all of you would have come into encounter with this guardian today, waiting to get on.
This is where we're having dinner tonight. Bob's Peak. There's the gondola. This is the city street. Ropes look like they've seen better days. TSS Earnslaw. She's tidying the ropes up very unscientifically. She's just kicking them. Love it. The TSS Earnslaw, 100 years old. We are now progressing out to the main waterway. We've left behind 4 special people. Cheryl, Scott, Ron, and Sandy. It's like leaving back 4 children. The cloud of sadness upon me. What can I do? Sometimes things just don't happen the way you want them to. You're watching this in your living room, Ron, Sandra, Cheryl, and Scott know that you pain me greatly that I just left you here. I really did. is actually Queenstown Bay. Will we get out to Lake Wakatapatu? We're in it now. So, okay, we're getting out into the lake. Oh, how those folks could be up in that thing is beyond me.
All right, we going on the beach then?
About 35 minutes. So if you're
There's Fred Elliott going down the gate. What would you call this, the engine room?
This is the engine room. The pressure vessel. So it's sending. There's a bit of a knock in the engine, so he's fixing it.
Kathy.
Lower down. We're not. We're going over the bow. Yeah. I thought we were going to eat while we were here too. We are.
Heading to Walter Peak. But what did you think about the engine room of the TSS Earnslaw?
It was awesome, Paul. It was fun to see the guys shoveling the coal into the steam engine, and it was a fun ride over here.
Did your wife accompany you to
She
the
did
steam?
not. I did that on my own.
Was she a little concerned about your safety down there?
She doesn't ever get concerned about my safety, Paul, that I'm aware of.
Holly, address this comment.
That's totally untrue, I will say. I'm always concerned about his safety.
But she hides it well.
Yes, I do.
Holly and Mark headed off to Walter Peak.
Would you like to do that?
Walter Peak.
So just be careful around the Highland Cones.
You finally got to see some spring
Yeah, why not?
Well, it's a Highland something.
It's a Highland something.
Yes. You
It's
called it something. I couldn't remember what you called it.
Mark's favorite time.
This is a big specimen. Look at this thing. Oh! I almost spell over a duck. Oh, that scared me. I get afraid of animals around my feet.
Oh yeah.
You got a job, Larry. Find
have
out
a job.
find out what this is.
It's a hairy coo.
A what?
Scottish coo.
A Highland coo.
Highland coo. That was what it was. Cow, Paul. Cow. Highland coo.
Too petty.
What do you want? What?
Look, you can feel it, honey.
You can feel it.
Kathy was over there taking pictures of the wildlife
Oh, shit.
and the lambs too.
When's the last time you fed these animals?
This is like
They get
Alice.
fed 3-4 times a day.
I don't believe it.
Alice is doing this too.
You want to do it? Formula.
They've got another bottle of it.
They've been done, so you'll see they've got the, they're just in the process.
Once you start them on formula, they'll never go back.
The mother didn't work.
Tell us
These are
about
a Suffolk Parendale cross. A little different to the sheep that you might have seen as you came across on the Earnslaw. Up on the station there, you'll see probably about 11 o'clock to myself. You'll see some merino sheep. So we got around 20,000 up on the station, all gathered around. Not in that one little lamb.
Now, how old would that animal be?
This is around 5 weeks.
When do you bob their tails?
They've just been done. So
Yesterday.
they'll be coming off in the next week or so. Right, little. I didn't like doing it, but yeah, it's for the best.
Do they yelp?
It prevents fly strike, so they can get a lot of diseases, etc. Now, these were orphaned because their mother was producing no milk, bless them. But the merinos up there, they only produce one lamb. So we know that we can leave them up there. They're pretty hardy as well, so they survive pretty well on their own. There you go, Spotty.
So no fences. That's the curious thing is how do you know?
There'll be a fence, but it'll be about 34 kilometers that way at the end of the station. But those that live on the station, next farm over, about 7 kilometers down the road, they come out pretty regularly and they do a bit of driving. They were doing it just last week, moving them around onto the pastures they want them in. Just using the dogs,
Okay,
So a little handful, straight in, and he opens up your hand for you. And there is a hand wash station a little later in the tour.
Oh, whoops, I missed one.
Myra, we give you one job.
And she did it beautifully. Great applause.
Do it again, Myra. Do it again.
Can't sing a rougher tongue, so yeah.
Dude, let her do it again. This.
Other people want to do it though.
Well, but this is important to Myra.
No, I
don't want.
That's gross.
Now, there are a couple.
That is gross.
Always ready.
That's a little quick.
I have something else. Did you get a picture?
Now what is it? Never give it a go.
I didn't hear your instructions.
Just a couple in the hand. Nice flat palm.
That's what I did. I had it on.
Come here, buddy.
Jack Knapp is now going to conquer a fear he's had since childhood. A fear of farm animals.
You can go get the deer. The deer you go get. So that's a little fallow deer. You might see in the back paddock there a couple of reds.
Woo, they're rough.
There's the big shot. The head kahuna.
This one is found out in one of the pastures further on. They just get shed in spring, so they'll grow within a year. It's quite phenomenal.
So what do we have here, son?
Yeah, so it's antlers from a red deer. As you can see, heavy, but I'm strong. We're good. So they shed these every spring. They are used primarily and only really for fighting. And you've probably seen a couple of bull elk and deer going at it before now. Where in the states are you all from?
Midwest.
Midwest?
Mid-Atlantic by DC.
Mid-Atlantic? Okay. So I was in Canada, so you'd see a lot of elk during rutting season, and theirs would be even bigger than this. And then I've seen a few of the red deer going at each other, and the noise that these produce as they hit each other, it's just phenomenal. Just as well, they're as heavy as they are. They build up the strength in their necks through the summer, and then sort of end the summer into your sort of fall period. That's when they'll start fighting over a mate, and that's what they use these for. So someone was asking about the velvet that does kind of shroud these as they're growing. You might see on the little fallow deer antlers here, you'll actually see where the veins run through as well, as it carries the blood through there. So we wanted to have a little bit of a closer look. So when they're shedding this velvet and getting rid of the blood, it's a pretty grotesque time. They do look pretty gruesome, but then they produce these beautiful firm things. And the velvet is actually quite useful. We can get some minerals from that we put into medication for, what is it, when you joints? Arthritis, yeah. We use it for arthritis. There we go. I think we should have some on our tour. And, yeah. No ducks, get out, weasels.
I don't know what you mean. They look gruesome. That's a bad time for them.
Are they bleeding?
Well, just,
So the antlers, is the velvet taken off the antlers or the antlers are the velvet?
the velvet is on the antlers, but it'll just shed naturally.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when you get them, you want to get them fresh.
Yeah. Usually it would be if you farm the deer, then you'd go in and get it.
Oh, okay.
Rather than wait for it to fall off
Oh,
naturally.
they get it before they fall off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And where's the, I'm sorry, I was trying to get pictures and stuff. Where's the veins?
So you'll just see in
Okay, it's
this
those
one
lines.
here. Yeah.
You haven't done anything with that buck.
And yeah, it can be that you've not finished before the ducks get it. You're meant to be fighters. Scare them off.
I think he's tired. You just woke him up.
Oh, I did. He was fast asleep.
Except then you realize they've strung wire across. Get beyond the wire.
On the right here we have Steve, and then on the left we have Titaroa. Steve did used to have a slightly different name, but someone forgot it, so he just got known as Spitty Steve. So we're not going to feed these by hand. I will throw some in. Just watch the ducks. They're just going to go. I have to do something about my duck problem. Yeah, so we just call him Spitty Steve. Does spit more so in the morning when we go in to put a bit of fresh hay in there for him, a bit of straw. But otherwise, they're not too bad. They haven't spat at me, but we will just be careful of that because they are quite territorial. Best way to think of these animals is like cats. They do everything on their own terms. They're quite sassy, so they might not come too close. But we've got the ducks for that. They're well trained. Now, the only time I've seen these getting a bit territorial is when there were a few of the bigger ducks out in the corner there. And they started to go over, protecting their little pasture here, and started swaying the necks, started to make a bit of a noise. So one of the uses for them is that we will put them in with other livestock. Certainly when I was in Canada with the mountain lions, cougars, and coyotes and the likes, and wolves, they will stand up to predators. They will not, when it comes to the fight or flight, they will fight. So your other livestock will all disappear and they will fight. Got these massive claws, and they can do some real damage with those necks as well. But their primary use is for the coats that they have, their fiber, real beautiful, porous, and that means it holds a lot of air within it and retains a lot of heat. Mixes well with possum fur for bedding. Well, I just went and bought some new bedding for moving in here tomorrow, and yeah, I didn't really want something with a bit of possum fur in there. Maybe there's stuff, yes, but having seen the possums out here, no. So I've not actually heard much of them making noises. They do make a great array of noises, and if you ever watched a movie with dinosaurs in it, some of the sounds you've heard are from these guys. They actually record this low, raucous growl that they do, which, sounds like scientists believe dinosaurs sounded back in the day.
Have you learned to talk to them yet?
Pardon?
Have you learned to talk to them yet?
I've not learned to talk to them. I can't spit enough for their liking. Soon, I'm working on it. When you first put it on, then the blood will stop flowing.
What you touched.
No, we're talking about in Australia.
Anybody else want to give them a little feed?
And they asked us when we came back into the U.S. from Scotland. Yeah, and that it involved more questions.
So you the first settlers, so we don't know which of the first settlers. Their history is shrouded in mystery, and they were nearly confined to history but a few years ago when their numbers dropped to as low as 50 out here in New Zealand. But luckily a good breeding program has meant their numbers are on the rise. These are just 9 months old, so we're helping that, and they're actually being exported to North America now as well. So you might see them, you might see them out there.
To be wild, you mean?
Nope, they're purely bred to be pets.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah.
Big for your house?
And you called them Cooney.
Cooney pigs. Yeah. So these are 9 months, as I said. They're going to get a little bit taller, so they'll be as tall as my knee when standing, but they're going to fill out quite a bit. They'll be about twice the size of that width-wise. It's despite that.
How much does it weigh?
I'm not sure on weight, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Can you guess?
I couldn't guess, no, and I'm not going to lie.
I'll guess 491 pounds.
I started here within the week, so I don't know absolutely everything, folks.
All right. How much, Larry?
Just one sec. So yeah, they can be a house pet. You can keep them in, in little paddocks like this. So we've kept ours in here. They are just a grazing pig, so they can get everything they need from the shrubbery and the grass growing in here. That said, pigs are very intelligent animals, as you know. And yeah, they did discover that the orchard is next door. And you might see along the fence line there, they did start nuzzling away and got in there, got a few good apples. And so that's why they've got the rings in their snout, just deters them from rutting away at the ground. And then us having to chase them. Because when we have to move these, it is a circus show, let me tell you. I know you say that can be domesticated, but I wouldn't like to train these. When you see our dogs, come on, get the duck.
Myra, Larry thinks they get to be about 200 pounds.
Okay. 200 pounds, okay.
Probably heavier than that.
I would say heavier than that.
All right, let's go 250.
Probably about 5, yeah.
I said 400, and Larry said no.
I'd say about 500 pounds.
He thought you meant now.
So their names are Peanut and Peaches. And I got a good demonstration last week when I was told on the first day, get in with the Coonies and do what they want you to do. And I thought, well, how will I know? And sure enough, Peanut here just collapsed over. I thought there was this undiscovered breed of fainting pig. He decided to just grunt at me like that until I rubbed his belly. They just love a good belly rub. Oh, bless him. So they do love a good scratch. If you want to give them a scratch, 26 and 29 now.
And these are called what, Ed?
Just miniature donkeys.
These are miniature donkeys.
Yeah. These are seen all around the world. I'm pretty sure I've ridden miniature donkeys on beaches in the UK.
Good job, bud.
For now, but I'll still be around.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're very welcome. My pleasure.
How old were those lambs?
Those are the triplets.
Well, the first one.
Very nice green area, green space.
4 weeks. Yeah. So all the lambs here are born within the last 5 weeks.
So even the ones that were the cameras of all the...
All under 5 weeks, yeah. Some were 2 weeks. Some were born just after I'd arrived. Or just before I arrived.
So the Walter Peak excursion advertised an afternoon tea. I know there was some discussion on the group about a mutiny because they wanted a full-scale lunch. But they had some really nice pastries and tea and coffee. And this is the second time through for Deb. They do have brownies now. This is what it looked like. Alan and Diane are sitting by themselves. They're the trouble couple. Okay. Here's Larry and Linda. Look at the water out there. This is our view on the veranda. Still missing Ron and Sandra, Cheryl and Scott. I'm thinking about them the whole time. I am so sad that they're not here. But if I know Scott, he's found a nice romantic place to spend some quality time. Sharing thoughts about this trip and others in the future for he and Cheryl. We are in the gondola. Oh my gosh, this is kind of freaky.
Look behind you.
Janet and Roxanne.
Say, do you remember my name?
I know your name, Roxanne. We're going up
If I
the
remember
gondola.
my kids' names, I'm doing good.
This is incredible. We'll get visuals up top. But they're going to be putting us another gondola up next to it. And so there you go. This is the gondola that brought us up. We were each 4 of us to a car. Wasn't too bad. This is the scene. There's the gondola we came up. It looks neat.
It's got real equipment going on here.
Well, let's see.
I was just thinking that it could be anything.
Just a beautiful shot up here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Unbelievable. There's Fred. There's Roxanne. Fred and Roxanne.
Walk down there, we'll see him again. Well, if you go back down there, you can see him land there.
I'm afraid I'll miss him.
There they go.
There we go. Well, here we are again, atop a magnificent building and eating. This is the gondola in Queenstown. Everybody is getting up to grab some view again and then to get their food. Dinner is just about over. Everybody has dined sufficiently. If you've not gotten pavlova, you need to get it. It's very good. Beth has it. Very good. Very good. Here's the rest of the gang. Finishing up their dinner. This is the walk down from the gondola. Everybody is full. We can hardly walk. Janet Balo is here. Look at the way Elaine and her friend Elsie are helping each other make it. Arm in arm. They're not sisters. They just live in the same retirement community together.
How appropriate.
Cow lanes? I don't understand. I don't understand why that's appropriate, but oh, I see it. Yeah, so this is what it felt like at night. Here's Ron and Sandra. Sandy, as she likes to be called. Bringing up We are leaving Queenstown. For us, it is Sunday. We've come to the bungee, the birthplace of bungee jumping. This is the, I guess, the reception holding area where they show a video. People want to see that. Quite an interesting walk down this area. It's kind of neat. I guess that would be the bridge in the distance.
No, it's over here.
It's over to my right. Let me pan out. Oh, that's the bridge we rode over.
Yeah, that's pretty we did.
But here is the basin. And the bridge is over there. People down the various viewing decks getting pictures. One has taken the plunge as
There's
part.
no way I could do that.
Well, Hagen said he would do it the Rocky
Yeah, it is.
Kind of cold though.
Yeah, it'd be neat to be able to put your hand down the water when you at the furthest extension.
This is what we caught. The Graceland group is mesmerized. The Graceland group is mesmerized by what they're seeing.
Looked up the calendar. Look at that water.
Yeah. Grab some of that water in your hand.
You didn't get down that.
No. But that's an option.
Let's egg them on. Go, 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 go.
He wasn't up
Oh, he snapped his head. That is just not right. The human body was not meant for this.
Oh my God.
If there's one person in this group that I think has the courage to do this, it would be Fred Elliott.
Paul.
This seems to be one of the more popular stops for the Graceland group. Yeah.
Just snap your neck.
Sent him the picture. I said, very first bungee jumping company. Want to go? He goes, I'd love to, but I'm not in New Zealand last I checked.
What did you say, Larry?
I'll show it to you later.
I love this.
I love the green in the water.
This is a stop we made on Sunday, Cromwell, and we're sitting right next to the lake. I already forget. Oh, Lake Dunstan is what it is. This is the community of Cromwell. This is what it looks like on their Lake Dunstan. We have drone footage to go with this. It's kind of neat, little party, little festival going on in Cromwell. Families, just like an American family, having fun, sitting on the dock of the bay. My kind of place. Elsie, are you having a good trip?
I'm having a wonderful time.
Good. And we're in Cromwell, and this is Lake Dunstan.
It's beautiful. People are the same all over the world. They like the same things.
Like this shop. There's a man working the hearth. There's another fella. These would be fellas that work with metal, horses, stables, what have you. I bet you a lot of our travelers haven't seen this. Look at the carriages of the times. Yeah, look at that neat thing. That's very nice. Water seems very clean here. There's Mike Curtis up there. We are in Lawrence, headed to Dunedin. This is where a lot of us had lunch today. It's a very nice lunch. The community of Lawrence. And at the end of that street, it's a wonderful ice cream shop. We got a chance to taste the hokey pokey flavor. This is where we ate. Everybody seems to be intrigued with the gold rush statue here. Several of our travelers have, look at this, Labor Day weekend, yay, summer is on the way. And then, I'm sorry man, and then this is the street of Lawrence. There's our bus. Typical New Zealanders just enjoying their Labor Day weekend. I lifted off the drone behind that building, right? Cute little community. And here's Norm, our bus driver, right there. He had a good game of golf yesterday and he told us all about it.
Except a couple of islands between here and South America.
You're coming into Dunedin.
Then you'd be hard pressed to find them. So Dunedin's population around 220,000. About 20,000 of those are students, so it's very much a university town. And it's very noticeable when the university is not working, not open for business, that the town is considerably quieter. So as we come up towards Green Island and up and over the hill, we'll continue on up the hill towards a park area overlooking the itself. But it was founded by a breakaway Presbyterian group from Scotland, calling themselves the Free Presbyterians. They had a disagreement with the main church, so they decided that they would leave Scotland and called on volunteers.
This is Dunedin.
directly out towards the Otago Harbour. A body of water on the left as we go down and over the hill. We're actually going to Unity Park, which to my mind should be called Admiral Byrd Park. Now you may know the name. Admiral Evelyn Byrd was an American aviator who was the first person to fly an aircraft in Antarctica. So we'll park in at Admiral Byrd Park, or Unity Park. Spend a few minutes there before we continue on down to Dunedin itself.
Is there a housing code that says you have to have either slate or metal roofs?
No, it's purely the homeowners or the home builder's choice. But you have to meet a certain criteria.
Upper Unity
Park. But it's entirely your choice as to what you have your home built out of.
I was just concentrating on the different roofing material.
Upper Unity
With a bit of luck,
Park.
we can do
Figure that out, how we're going to get an answer.
What do you need, Blair?
Looking at that smoke pool, right up the
Smoke on top of the hill, the green area.
Oh, the smoke? It's fire, I think.
Drone over there.
It's crashed. There's a drone over there that's crashed. Does anybody know the name of this lookout? Beth? Unity Park. And here, look at Alfred Jack Knapp with his beloved over there. I don't know what he's doing. There's Mike and Deb. We are a week together now. We are celebrating 1 full week together. And so far, everybody's getting along. Now, whether that'll stay the situation, you never know. Diana, Larry, and Kathy.
onwards.
We are going
main city area.
Dunedin.
Where you see directly ahead, you see all that white covering. That is actually the location of the Dunedin railway station. They're doing a major revamp of it. So I'm not sure. I haven't been there since I've started this. So again, I'm not sure as to what's actually going on. But directly ahead of us, at the bottom of the street, is where the Southern Cross Hotel is located. So we'll go past there. They've actually just been on the phone. Mum and Dad looking after us tonight have been on the phone to find out where we are. So we'll be a little bit while yet. We'll be a little longer. So we'll just have a drive around town, a flick around town before we actually go to the hotel, and we'll be parking out the front as well. Just up to the left of us, those of you that enjoy a beer, you see the Spates Brewery. I'll just pull forward a little bit further to avoid those lights. That brick building. That's where Speight's beer was brewed for many, many years. I think it is now being brewed up north, although some here. You can do a brewery tour there. And a little bit more about that tomorrow. So this is the Southern Cross Hotel here on our left-hand side.
That's where we'll be.
Nothing but the best for
Graceland. We're
Graceland.
staying tonight.
Where's the steepest hill?
We're
Yep.
coming to it, Fred. Hold on.
We didn't just go down?
No. I bet it's steeper than that.
I'll bet you it is, but not by much. This is Dunedin. Look at that nice little monument there.
That's the exchange, and this is where all the business action took place. And when that was presented to the city, they said, what kind of monstrosity is this? They weren't impressed. Well, the city fathers weren't, never mind. As we come up and over the hill here, we'll be looking at the octagon. The octagon is a 5-sided square, for want of a better word, which is not at this set of lights, but at the next set of lights. So you come out of the hotel, turn left, and then keep walking, or turn left, then turn left again onto Princess Street that we're on now, and just walk up and over the hill here. If you're eating out from the hotel, this is a very good entrance, Etrusco.
Etrusco, that's it.
That's the
It's right
entrance
there.
there
There
at
it
number
is.
8.
See it? Yep.
And
I
up
see
there
it.
on
Right
the
there.
first floor. I have eaten there, and it was most enjoyable.
You mean right here?
Right there, right there, right there. Not this corner, but one business over.
What do you
from the
mean?
corner.
I'm
So
lost.
this is the octagon directly ahead of us. We're going to
Oh, there's a soap.
Dunedin. On the left here we have the cathedral, the Anglican Cathedral, and also the statue there of Robbie Burns, the poet. And he's quite happy to sit there facing the church.
They've got construction
And,
here too. Construction
and
in
with
every
his back to the pub. This is a real controversy about the amount of money and time that they've been spending on these main streets. It seems to be they're very keen to spend a lot of money which is not theirs. It seems to be a common theme. So that is the Dunedin railway station, and unfortunately we can't see the real deal, but that is a replica that they've constructed for the outside of it. So the octagon, and just down through here is probably the main eating area. Should be open tomorrow, but being a long weekend, often a lot of these places are closed during the weekend. So the likes of Queenstown, which basically is 24/7. Countdown supermarket here. If you want bits and pieces, essentials and such like. It's just about a 10-minute walk from the hotel. And again, there's another one here on our right-hand side.
This is a nice little city.
Yeah.
Harbor Fish. There's young people over there.
Coming on towards George Street. Seems to be around the octagon and also around this bottom end of George Street, where there's a number of restaurants. Those stores will close at 5.
It's a Sunday, so.
Which is a normal closure time between 5 and 5:30. Yeah, most of them are open to some degree. And it's also at this end of town where the student quarter is, there is a lot more cafes that are available.